more. And sometimes, now earlier this week, I was speaking with some neighbors or friends and asking how we were, outside, next to the Eiffel Tower. But this is a young man, has a black goatee. He's of another culture. And we smile and we look happy, so on and so forth. Excuse me. And I should conceal, and then there's the other things. So anyway.
Excellent question. Can I tell you what a great question it is? Because you've taken and explained to me what you're doing in your meditation state and what you're looking for as far as a shift in awareness and what you have actually seen that has shown up. And your question isn't whether or not this is real or not. Your question is it in this lifetime and is it in this time of your life? So my answer to you is that I think the next thing that I would do, because my observation is that it's true, it does happen, and that, have you traveled to Europe before?
No, I haven't. I've been wanting to travel.
Okay.
And I don't currently I'm not in any type of relationship right now.
Right.
So I'm thinking this is probably, in the, future.
Right. So how old are you?
I'm just a shade over 60.
Fabulous. So I'm going to tell you something about traveling. Traveling is an interesting experience because anybody can do it, once we pass the pandemic, and anybody can, and you just really, I think that this is somebody that you meet in Paris. I don't think you have to be in a relationship to travel to Paris to do this. I think that you should go to Paris.
Right.
And I think that you should go and just enjoy yourself. So I took a journey, and I went to Marrakesh, and one day I got up, while I was there, I got up, and every single thing I did was deja vu, synchronistic, to the point that it was a bit off-putting, because I thought because often in the last hours of your life, you know the meaning of every single thing, and it's just a series of synchronistic deja vu points. And so I thought, is this where my life ends? So in that point, it was not an unhappy thing, but it was like sort of a different sort of awareness. And I don't really know what the full meaning of that story was, but I do know that if you take and you make the decision that you put up a dream board and you make a decision, you're going to travel to Paris and you're going to take the time to enjoy the journey, that is one of the things that happens, is that you have that moment with that person. Do I know if that person becomes a relationship or if that's just a momentary piece of insight? No, I don't know. But I do know that it's real.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's helpful or not, because that's not really very much information. But I really want to encourage you, go to Paris.
Yes, yeah. And of course, there are other components, in the meditation where, and I get that to continue to learn, to teach myself how to play my acoustic guitar, and learn the music theory and writing songs. What else? Goodness. And continue to learn, relearn the Pro Tools, editing and recording software. At least I can do audio editing of podcasts.
That's great. Stay in touch with us. I love Pro Tools. I use several versions of it for years, so I'm very familiar with what you're talking about. So do you have a genre of music that you like?
Oh, it's not just one
I'm a songwriter. Okay. I've done bluegrass, country, and pop. I tend from. I grew up listening to in the age of the era of dancing, because I was a dancer younger. But as I got older, I started depending on where I lived, I lived in Kentucky, so I did bluegrass, country, gospel, that kind of stuff in Kentucky and Nashville. So but I was just wondering what you're into now, because I was into symphony and marching band, of course, John Philip Sousa's stuff while I was in the band. So I was just wondering what you were into now. But nowadays I listen to spiritual music, the 432, that type of stuff off of YouTube. That's what I was asking. But just give us some ideas.
I've started to listen to that too, the sound healing. And
that's
probably,
what it is.
I mean, you know, my listening ranges from listening to the, you know, the soul and R&B, say of the 60s, then the 70s, you know, singer-songwriter, pop, and then blues, then, you know, jazz, and I mean, yes, you know, the bebop, but also Latin jazz, then, you know, music there, you know, with the Cuban, Puerto Rican salsa, you know, son, then back to what they call world music, but, you know, that label, you know, some of the African music. So it, you know, it just ranges. So yeah, in my visionings, and, you know, and I'm seeing that, and to, you know, work on some other things which I understood, you know, and to just write, which I've been resisting, you know, these writing practices, and it's just writing, not only just songwriting, but writing, you know, I started to open up to writing plays and monologues, but it's, you know, now, you know, I'm going to the local library to, you know, take the workshops, and to, but I wouldn't return to it. So I, you know, just have to move through the resistance and just set up those writing rituals in those times so that I can be consistent and just get it done. So anyway.
So one of the things I'd like to suggest is that instead of you thinking that you need to discipline yourself more, or educate yourself more, or apply more information, I'd like to see you just enjoying what you actually do and learning how to have fun. Sometimes it gets so serious and so regimented, it just becomes there isn't really any place for creativity. Creativity requires a great deal of stillness, the mind to go still, and the mind to almost become almost like the state of boredom. And then that release of energy allows you to become creative. And you know you're in a creative zone when time disappears. They call it going right brain. And that's what it's called. I'd like to encourage you to look for some meditations that really encourage a right brain process for you. You've got a well-developed left brain process. I'd like to see you more balanced in your right brain process.
Okay. Is that what they call the linear brain, or?
No, I don't.
Or the analytical brain?
I'm familiar with the Lemire brain concept, but no, this is called the creative process of your brain is right brain. So so it's just a different part of your brain, and you activate that part of your brain, and creativity sort of happens more easily. I think sometimes you overstructure yourself in your life. So I'm just kind of trying to get you to, let's bring some fresh air in there, and let's bring in a right brain process, and put you on a plane to Paris and take a walk, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes. Yeah. So, like I said, I got to learn these skill sets so I can start new income streams coming in, because I need to do that before, you know, the self-isolation. So yes, I'm looking forward to visiting, you know, Paris. So
Thank you very much.
Okay. Is there anything else that I need to know, or do you pick up an energy, or?
You know, the most primary thing I pick up about you is that you have a lot of spiritual energy, but you have actually tried to make sense of things rather than just doing them. And that is one of the things that happens in creativity and spiritual energy is that we don't really ever understand them. We simply pick up the phone, start making those contacts, and start going forward, and things fall into place. But you're definitely a person who has the knowledge that you need. Now you just need to take and act on it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you so much. Theresa, are you there? Theresa? Okay, let's see. We've got technology going. Is there somebody here on the line listening who'd like to get their reading done? Okay. Well, it's a brand new format for me. It's a brand new way of doing things and doing readings and just having people call in and getting short mini readings and having a conversation. I enjoyed the last question because it was very specific and it was very focused in on what area of her life. Hello.
Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had to go potty.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, none of that. Nothing like being human.
I know I've got to get back used to coming back on the radio and serving as the producer and the technician, because usually we're not the content providers and the producer and the technician. But I'm doing all of that. But still, I had nobody to watch my desk while I apologize, folks. Just consider it COVID-19. I'm going to use that for everything.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be so embarrassed when I hear this show because it goes right all over the world, folks. It's not like when this is a live show, folks, and this is so embarrassing tonight because I'm having to be real with Tommy had to go. And, I think he had to go do that other show. Him and Janet have been with me for 8 years, but now they're starting to branch out because when I started this show, so you'll know, Suzanne, people were calling me to be on shows and I was turning them down. And I finally was on a couple of shows, and they came along and wanted me to promote a event for them in the UFO business, UFO genre. And I already did psychic genre, and I also did bluegrass in Kentucky. But now it's okay, I guess. But I have to get back into the psychic stuff, and you're the one that came floodgates back in. I wasn't really doing the psychic stuff. I mean, I have the business. You know how sometimes you just put something on the sidebar like a writer or author or musician? Because I do so much, and people need me in their little groups and associations. But you and Anne Marie, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hi, Marie.
Well, you are. There's something I want to do with her, and I know that she's like, she's prior government or prior military. Did you say you were Navy, Anne Marie? There's only me, you, and Suzanne here right now. Everybody else is gone. They left us.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, but you were, but you're looking at your Homeland Security thing.
Right.
Okay. I'm kind of having trouble hearing you, Anne Marie. Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Okay, great. Yeah, perfect. So Theresa has an idea. So let's hear what your idea is, Theresa.
Oh, here comes Tommy back.
Hey, Tommy.
Hi, I'm back.
Hold on. Okay, good. Tommy, now this will be for the record because I wanted to introduce the Psychic Network Club, but I thought we could take these shows. Of course, this one's rough off the cuff, but I thought we could get better at managing. And Anne Marie, you have skills, don't you? Is it Anne Marie or Anna Marie or Anne Maria? First of all, let's get AM right. AM and FM.
Rose Maria. It's Rose Maria.
Rose Maria. Would somebody write that down? Because I've got up to when I went to potty and I couldn't find a pen in my house. I've had so many people helping themselves to all my stuff. So, Rose Maria. Now, what I need to talk to you about, Rose Maria, and with Tommy while he's here, because Tommy's been with me in many past lives, but Suzanne has